elevator pitch. We'll come back to this a little bit during the next seminar too. How many people know what an elevator pitch is? A few of you? Okay, about half of you, maybe a little bit more. So just being able to succinctly describe what you're about, and this is crucial to networking and to interviewing. Okay, if you can say very quickly in a way that's not just what university you went to, but with a more industry mindset, what they might be looking for, and what are they looking for? Interpersonal skills, right? We talked about initiative and strategic planning, and we talked about some of those interviewee skills too, critical thinking and so forth. So if you can somehow summarize this in a way that talks about who you are and what you're able to do for the company, it'll be very powerful. Because again, one of the first questions you're going to get at an interview is, tell me a little bit about yourself. And if you're able to say it like that, it has a dramatic impact. It really gets things off on the right foot. Same thing as with networking when you meet somebody for the first time. So really the goal of any successful interaction, whether it's interviewing or networking, is to ask great questions, let the other person talk, and then when it's your time to talk, be able to tell them exactly what you're about as if you know exactly where you're going, what you can do for the company, and who you are. And that's what an elevator pitch is. It's something that you could tell somebody on an elevator ride up a floor or two. Just a 5-second synopsis of who you are. And you should make basically you should make a new one for every company you apply for. And if you can try to work that elevator pitch into what they value, again, if it's diversity or whatever they value at that company, all the better. Yeah.
So when somebody asks you, tell me a little bit about yourself, how are you supposed to answer? Is it all supposed to be about science and about your professional background, or is it like, oh, I grew up, blah, blah, blah?
This is a great question. Yeah, so a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that they want to hear your life story. And really, most of the time, it's just an opener, right? And it's like the first question to fill you out a little bit. And so you can really set the tone for the interview by nailing that opening statement to say something. I'm going to give an example here in a minute of saying something short and succinct. So if you were going back to the Pfizer example, the diversity one, if you could say something like, I'm a team-oriented scientist who values working with many different types of people. I don't know if I use the exact word diversity. It might seem a little too obvious, but who really enjoys working with lots of different types of people and is very motivated to turn my knowledge into a product. If you said that, they're going to be like, okay, this person came to play. I mean, this person they know exactly who they are, what they want, and they fit it to our values. And this is very easily something that you can figure out beforehand. I wouldn't try to just make it up on the fly, kind of like I just did. I would map it out and figure out and be honest with it too. I mean, always focus on two things, your purpose and your audience, and try to bring those two things together. So what do you want for yourself? Who are you? And then what does your audience value? And bring those two things together.